Hey guys, I think it goes without saying this is the first new video in a very long time. I don't have anything for you to look at and it may sound like I'm using a script. I am. In videos past I didn't because I thought it felt more natural to just sit and have a conversation. I've since learned that a script is far more preferable and professional when making a video, and perhaps in a different world that's the way this channel would have gone. At this point, to be honest, I don't care either way. I have things I need to say, and I simply want to get them said. I debated making this for many reasons before coming to the conclusion that I actually have a fair few genuinely invested viewers, whom I believe deserve closure if that's indeed something they want. I'm grateful for the interest and loyalty of even just one person, so if you are that just one person, this is for you. The biggest question I've seen, and not just on this channel, truthfully, over the last few years is simply, where did you go, or why did you stop making videos? Well, I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here. I'm online every day. I watch YouTube every day. Use social media every day. I'm here, alive, well, and aside from some anxiety and depression creeping back in after a brief but welcome hiatus, I'm content, if not happy. That's for anyone who had genuine concern. As for why I stopped, the answer is blunt but simple. I'm jaded. There's always been toxicity within the Star Wars fanbase, which is something I've known I'd have to tread around from the beginning, and for the longest time I thought I'd managed that fairly well. But, as I think you know, it can and does sap you of both your mental energy and your enjoyment. With the sequel trilogy coming out, or come out at this point, and honestly the general state of things right now, that toxicity has exploded. Parts of the fan base I used to frequent daily I wouldn't touch with a barge pole now, and so as a fan I've retreated further into smaller and smaller spaces for my own sanity, and that's just where I am at this point. Now, speaking for my person, I don't need a big viewer base or that instant gratification. I enjoyed what I was doing so much that I wanted to share it. I wanted to make others as happy with it as I had been. That's just not the case anymore. That's not a new story to anyone, but it's now my story. The toxicity both within the general fan base and that directed specifically both at me and my fairly niche interest have honestly just sapped any enjoyment I had doing what I did. It didn't help either when YouTube demonetized all of the smaller channels. When I had it in my mind that I was at least potentially getting paid for being someone's monkey, I could just about justify it and push through any reservations I had. Well, I've yet to see a single cent of revenue I earned from my channel, and again, that's no news story. Without getting into detail, I've had an absolutely shit and heart-wrenching 4 years since my last video was posted for so many different reasons. But after a hell of a lot of work and time, I am for the first time in probably 10 to 15 years happy with where my life is. I was due to be getting married this summer, which is now on hold for another year thanks to COVID. I'm finally in a career I love, which has opened so many doors for me, and we're house hunting for the first time. I still draw and post occasionally on my DeviantArt and Instagram. I've been gaming a lot more since being able to afford a Switch and new games whenever I want them, and I'm even delving into programming and my own game creation. I'm not very good at it. To put it bluntly, dealing with my father's death and everything that came out of it over the last 4 years, 4 months and 6 days it took to wrap everything up, has left me with a much more reserved number of shits to give each day. So at this point, I make sure I spend them on things that will either bring me some level of joy or will benefit my partners and my life together, and that includes financial benefit. And unfortunately, at this point, this channel falls into neither of those categories. I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry for anyone listening who will be unhappy hearing this. If it's any assurance or consolation, while I am tidying up my channel, most of my videos will remain visible to the public, whatever that ends up bringing for me. I'll try a bit harder to engage with genuine comments if they come in, but I'm going to be honest with you, I won't promise anything I'm not 100% certain I can or will deliver. I am again still elsewhere, although truthfully quite a bit more reserved with my engagement for my own protection. I don't like closing doors in my life, and I almost never do, but I also don't want to get anyone's hopes up needlessly. This is not me swearing off my channel, but giving you an honest view. Is there a chance I'll come back? Sure. Maybe not a huge one, but there's also a statistical chance that 1,000,000 monkeys on 1,000,000 typewriters will one day create the complete works of Shakespeare. My partner and I have talked about potentially creating a reading channel together, as we both enjoy a bit of voice work, and if that ends up going well, maybe one day it might end up generating a bit of extra revenue on the side. It's hard to say, and we've made no firm decisions at this point. As I've said, we've got other things on our plate at the moment, as I'm sure you can imagine and appreciate. Ultimately, at this point, I want to move on as best as I can in this post-COVID world and live a good life with my hopefully by next year husband. I've let go of a lot of dead weight in the last couple of years, and I feel 1,000,000 times better for it. I still do love Star Wars and Pokemon and Neimoidians. Nothing and no one will ever change that. Nothing ever has changed that in my life to date. I loved all of the Disney films and spin-offs, and I could talk for hours about The Last Jedi. I'm still collecting. My Neimoidian shelf no longer holds everything I own, all the more reason why we're looking to move soon, and my card folder now literally weighs about 10 kilos. I'm okay, my family is okay, my partner's family is okay, and whoever you are, whatever you may have said to me or about me, in today's world, I truly hope you and your family are okay as well. So, for those who've asked, these are your answers. For others, I'm sure you'll enjoy dissecting my words elsewhere. I won't say goodbye because I don't think this is goodbye. In fact, this isn't goodbye. I'm still here, remember? I'm still around. I always have been. I'm going to continue to be. I'm not going anywhere, but I will say a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has supported me, who has loyally stuck by the channel despite the lack of content and quality and the increasingly lengthy gaps between activity. I do appreciate you, and I don't like to let people down, so I am sorry for that. Thank you very much. Be safe and well, wash your hands, and please wear a mask if you're physically able to. Be kind and good to each other, because you never know what a person's dealing with in their life. And I'll see you around.